Okay, so now we're going to do question 4 on the exam for review. And on this one, there are no dividends on the test. Even though this problem has dividends in it, we're going to do that right now, but there are no dividends on the exam. But there is stuff to do with stock, just not the dividends part. Okay, so on January 1, Browning, oh wait, there's a plane. How you like that? On January 1, 2014, Browning Corporation had 75,000 shares of $1 par value common stock issued and outstanding. During the year, the following transactions occurred, and they have March 1, June 30, December 1, December 15, okay? Net income for 2014 amounted to $951,000. That means absolutely nothing for this problem. It's just put there to kind of make sure you know what you should be focusing on. So prepare journal entries to record the above transactions. All right, so on March 1, issued 60,000 shares of common stock for $675,000. So what you have to do is you have to figure out, is the common stock being issued for what it actually, what the actual par value is, right? So what you do is you look at this and you have 60,000 shares, right? 60,000 shares. And up above, it tells us that it's a $1 par value stock, okay? So if you sold 60,000 shares at $1 each, right? At $1 each, that would be $60,000, right? Well, if you look at this problem, you see that it says on March 1, issued 60,000 shares of common stock for $675,000. So you have an excess, okay? They're not giving you the per share amount. They might have said like $5 a share or $11.25 a share or whatever, but they're not. They're just giving you the total. So our cash amount is going to be equal to the $675,000, right? Which is the amount that they're paying for it. We then have our stock amount, and that's what we did up above, which is $1 a share times 60,000 shares, right? So that's $60,000. And then the difference between the two is the excess, okay? The excess amount. So the excess amount is equal to 675,000 minus 60,000. So it's $615,000 is your excess. All right. So on March 1, we are going to debit cash for $675,000 because that's the amount that the cash was. Okay. We are going to credit common stock. This is a common stock problem. Could be preferred, but it's common. 60,000. And then we are going to credit that long account title paid in capital in excess of, and this is a par value, and it's common stock, okay? So remember, it could be par, it could be stated, it could be common, it could be preferred, all right? And we're crediting that 615,000. All right. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, let's go to the second one. June 1. Declared a cash dividend of $2 per share to stockholders of record on June 15th. Again, you're not going to see this on the test, but we're going to do it here anyways. So what we would do is we started with 75,000 shares. Then we have to add that we sold 60,000 more, right? So that will give us a total of 135,000 shares. And we're going to multiply that by $2 a share. And that's going to give us $270,000. Okay. So on server. Let's see, on June 1, we're going to debit the account called cash dividends. And we're debiting that for $270,000. And then we're crediting the account called dividends payable. $270,000. Okay. All right, so let's go down to the next problem, which is June 30th, and it said paid the cash dividend, the $2 cash dividend. So you're going to pay what you just put into the payable. So on June 30th, you're going to debit dividends payable in order to clear that out. $270,000. That's going to clear that account out. And then you're going to credit cash because remember, pays are paid, and we're paying, so our cash is going down. $270,000. Okay. So that's June 30th. December 1. Purchase 5,000 shares of common stock for Treasury at $18 per share. Excuse me. So we've got 5,000 shares. So, oops, Treasury. We've got 5,000 shares times, what did I say it was? $18 a share equals $90,000. $90,000. So, December 1. We are going to debit Treasury stock, $90,000. And we're going to credit cash, because we paid it, $90,000. Okay. And then December 15th, it says, declared a cash dividend on outstanding shares of $2.50 per share to stockholders of records at December 31. So before we figured out there was 135,000 shares, right? But we had 135,000 shares, but then we just bought back, how many shares? We bought back 5,000 shares. So we have to subtract the 5,000 treasury stock from that. So now we only have 130,000. So we take the 130,000 times the $2.50 a share for the dividends. That's going to give us $325,000. So on, get this over. On December 15th, we're going to debit cash dividends, $325,000, and we're going to credit dividends payable for $325,000. So that's it for that one. So I'm going to stop the recording there. Again, dividends are not on the exam.